All right, so does Married at First Sight really not do a background check and get serial killers for the spouses? Because all the folks is talking about, he's nice, but he could be a serial killer. He's great, but Jeffrey Dahmer was nice too. So we're going to talk about it. This is Conversations with the Crawleys. My name is Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
And we're here talking about one of our favorite shows, Married at First Sight, Season 16 in Nashville. Where's Memphis? Nashville. Yeah. So if this is content that you enjoy, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, request notifications.
And share.
And we'll see you in the comments. Consider becoming a member, checking out the merch store as well. And who knows what else we got going on around here, so just make sure you stay tuned. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. So the weddings are finally over.
It's finally done.
Now we got to go through the family conversations.
Yes.
This is my vote. Let me know what y'all think. My vote is condense all of this into one, maybe 2 episodes. Don't drag it out like y'all keep dragging it out, producers, because it's the same thing over and over again. Oh, you shouldn't have done this. Oh, he's this. Oh, they're that.
Or make it the bonus footage.
Yeah, make it the bonus footage that,
you know, never before seen content or something like that. Because to me, they say the same thing before they actually get married. Then the family turns around and say the same thing after they get married.
Yeah.
So let's just save it.
Let's get this going. Let's
move. Because when it starts to go real slow, it's like I'll wait to episode 5.
Right.
When they start having
when
problems.
they actually get to the honeymoon and like after they've had their first bit of alcohol or they first walk on the beach, then we know that stuff's about to break off.
But other than that, I mean, and you don't know who could be who. I don't care if they met them through an app and they started dating and they come over the house. You will have the same questions.
Yes.
Other than they're making a commitment, which is a binding contract. That's the difference. So I get the concern. You're concerned. They're a grown adult. They're doing this show. It's already done.
And again, for the mama and Dominique, just be quiet. You signed your daughter up for this. You ain't got no reason to complain. All right, speaking of Dominique and McKinley, let's jump into talking about these couples because y'all didn't come here to hear us rant. But that's what you get sometimes.
Oh, boy.
Dominique and McKinley.
They seem to be getting along.
Yeah.
Right? He's attracted to her, and they're kind of talking about, you know, do you snore? Do you don't snore?
He says he talks in his sleep.
Mm-hmm. She says she has a body pillow. He was wondering, like, is like that a barrier?
Is that your buffer zone? Is that what is going to keep us separated?
She's like, no, I put it between my knees, which is a better way to sleep.
I guess,
on your side. So
listen, we experienced an adjustable bed.
Oh my God, it was wonderful.
Yeah,
just don't have that $6,000, but if y'all keep subscribing,
$6,000.
I thought it was 6.
No, it ain't $6,000.
Was it 4? It was high because you had to pay for the.
Are you talking about the whole mattress?
I'm talking about the whole mattress and everything.
Yeah, the whole set. Yeah, you talking about 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Please keep subscribing so you get mattress. Appreciate it.
At least we honest. All right, so he says he's never had a catfish, or he's never had catfish.
Right, because she's like, she's been fishing, and not only has she been fishing, but she cleans, and she has like a whole freezer full of catfish. And he says he's never had catfish before. That's crazy.
Listen,
it's the most common fish that people eat.
Nuggets.
Okay.
Some fried catfish.
Beignets.
Yeah. So, all right.
So she said she's going to fry some up.
We'll see. It'll probably change his world. He meets with her mom and grandmother. Mm-hmm. And the question comes up, well, have you ever dated a black woman before? Mm-hmm. He's like, well, listen, I've done mostly white and Latina, but I have done, dated some black women, but I haven't really had that much success.
Right. So, because they're saying, well, they're just concerned that what comes with that, right? People being prejudiced or saying things they shouldn't and trying to prepare them. I don't think you can prepare anybody until they experience it.
Absolutely.
Because I'd rather them ask, have you had any negative experiences when you dated a black woman?
Or what your family really like.
He ain't gonna say all that. That's why I was saying if they really wanted to ask questions like, Have you ever been in situations when you're dating someone of a different race where someone was prejudiced against you, and how did you handle it?
Right.
Because just asking all of these low-key questions that he's like, I don't know what y'all getting at.
Right.
You know, just be upfront.
Yeah.
Or they could share their own experiences. Well, me and my husband had this experience, and
True,
this
because
is how...
Dominique is biracial.
Right. So, you know, I'd rather her say her fears than just this probing.
Bounce around, yeah. And she meets with his family.
The mom, her mom, a cousin, and a sister.
I think so.
Is who meets. And their question was, well, he's away from family. What if he gets homesick and he wants to come home? And she's like, and leave my mother? Ooh, I don't know about that, right? But they're still so early in the process.
Right.
She don't even know she's in love, you know?
Right.
So maybe that's the wrong question to ask so soon.
Right.
But the mom already skeptical when you're trying to pay your son off to not get married. Save those for the grandkids.
Listen, put it in a trust fund for the grandkids. That way they can go to school and do whatever they need to do in life. All right, but that was pretty much it for them.
Yeah, that was
Nothing
pretty much
major.
nothing. They, you know, they told them that they were going to be going on a trip to Jamaica, and they was excited. So far they're doing well.
Yeah,
they're getting along. So
Clint and Gina. Now, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago on the after party, she kind of said that she really wasn't attracted to him. But there were some things that she said where it's like she was attracted to him.
I'm just confused.
But when we see clips from next week, she's talking about how she's not really attracted to ginger type of features, which very much is Clint. So, but he's feeling what he's liking what he got right now because he's kind of touchy with her.
Yeah,
he couldn't figure out how to help her get out of her dress.
Hey, them dresses almost need an escape. It's like an escape room. You have to try to figure it out.
And he was like, yeah, he wanted to get it on. Let's get it on. But she didn't want to, and they didn't.
Right.
Which, very, you know, if you've watched Married at First Sight for any length of time, there are some couples, but it's not the overwhelming majority. Most of them do wait at least until they're on the honeymoon for a couple of days. So
yeah, because a lot of times when you're at the wedding, you have the reception and everything, it could be long. It could be a while, and the energy, just being exhausted.
You're drained. I mean,
it's just a long day.
It's a long day.
So, but she does mention that she left her business phone.
Yes.
You know, because he was concerned when they were at the reception about her just talking about business.
Right.
But she was like, hey, I really want to invest in this. I got to get away from the business. So I left my phone so I can focus on my own self-care and stuff. So that's a good sign because that was one of my concerns. Is she going to be a workaholic and don't have time for the sailor?
Yeah. To sail around the world.
The sail around the world. The sailor. Popeye.
Called him man Popeye. Oh goodness. So that was pretty much it for them.
They were getting along. They seemed like they were getting along and wanting to get to know each other better.
They met with each other's, of course, the same concerns.
Same concerns.
How are y'all going to do this? What if
y'all don't be together anymore? Well, we'll figure it out. We want to make it work.
Yep.
So, okay.
All right. Nicole and Chris.
Yes.
Now, this is right now, they are my couple, my choice for the couple that will probably last throughout.
Okay.
And again, I've said part of it might be he might be a little afraid to leave her because she looks like she could go psycho at some point. Not saying that she is, but
if he leaves her.
Right.
Well, I'm starting to worry about him. He seems like if he lose her, he might.
Yeah, they might be perfect for each other as far as being needy and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so the dad,
he called him needy.
Yeah. The dad, her dad, basically was like, he's nice, but he could be a serial killer, which is kind of what I opened with.
Correct.
That's the second time that we've heard it. It's like,
yeah, I mean,
listen, anybody could, your next door neighbor could be a serial killer.
That's true.
I mean,
yeah,
it's tired.
It's tired.
But
they really open up while they're talking about past relationships and he was talking about, I'm assuming this is the person that ended up being engaged. No, that was another guy. That was the other guy. Oh, Chris was just talking about how he had an ex that was just mistreating him, saying she didn't want to be touched, she didn't want to talk to him.
Well, isn't he the one? Because we watch a bunch of shows, but isn't he the one that
I thought he was?
He was like she. No,
that was what's your face? Wasn't that
I don't know.
McKinley, because he's the one from out of state.
That's right. That was McKinley.
Mm-hmm.
McKinley was the one who had the ring. It was like, or she had the ring.
She had the ring. Like, are you engaged? She's like, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was McKinley. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Nicole and Chris. Again, they're good. They seem to be. I predict that they will probably be the first to consummate. I think.
Yeah, because at first when they were kissing, I thought they were about to consummate in front of us. I was like, whoa, because it got so intense so quick. But she was sharing about how she was abused by her first boyfriend.
She had a toxic boyfriend. Yep.
I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So they really are trying to lean on one another, being vulnerable, really talking about deep stuff that normally you don't really share with anybody.
Right.
They basically know each other for like a whole 24 hours. So I really feel like they're connecting. They make a cute couple, you know, balance. Hopefully they balance each other out.
Yeah.
Thought we saw a couple of scenes where they were getting heated with each other. So we'll see.
Yeah. But again, they are my prediction so far. Eris and Jasmine.
Eris and Jasmine.
Eris was like,
hold on. No, you gotta set this up right. You gotta set this up right. So everybody has to help. When you're in a wedding dress, it takes 2 people to get you in and 2 people to get you out.
Yes.
And so he got her unbuttoned. So she goes in the bathroom, right? Everybody got to take off their makeup. She's like, oh, don't worry, my makeup come off. You know, like me, blah, blah, blah. Girlfriend bust out in her 2P's lingerie.
Well, first, before she came out, though, he was like, yeah, I'm tired. We'll probably just turn in tonight. Yeah.
Laid back. He was laid back like, oh, we're just going to go to sleep. She came out. He said, hey.
Hey, shawty, what your name is?
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, pink's my favorite color.
So, yeah, he was like, hey,
yeah,
I ain't that tired.
He's like, yeah, boy.
So, yeah, he's attracted to her.
Right. And they just cuddled.
They cuddle.
You know, but he was like, how was my cuddling skills?
Yeah, she was like, cute. she said she was glad that he was still there in the morning, which that's a statement that I'm like,
well, if you refer to like one night stand, somebody got to leave.
True.
If it ain't your place, somebody got to go home.
True.
So, but you know, when people get tired of a certain lifestyle and they're saying, you know what, I want someone that's going to be there. When I wake up, I want you to be there.
Yeah.
So I hope it works out for them, you know. They got a good 50. Look, you think at least 50-50 chance right now of making it. So they seem committed. You know, both of them talked to the parents. And it was more like, oh, his dad, he was like, yes, sir. You know, he was trying to give him some tips on how, you know, just about being a man and taking care of a woman. So I think he might become another father figure for him. He just seemed like that type of guy.
Right.
On her side, she was like she was being drilled.
Listen.
And I think they were really putting her being in the pageant against her. I think
here's the thing. If she didn't have answers for their questions, they'd be like, oh, we don't trust her because she don't know what she really wants.
Right.
But because she has answers, it's like, oh, she's giving pageant answers.
Right.
You can't have both sides.
You can't have both sides,
right?
You're just trying to find a way not to like her.
And I'm sorry. Let me know what y'all think. Because the cousin seems way too involved, way too invested, almost jealous is the way it's coming off. Which it just strikes me as odd, right? I'll just say it strikes me as odd. But it's like, you the cousin. Give it a rest.
Be the cousin.
Be the cousin. Wave high at the family reunion. Make sure you bring the potato salad.
That's all you're going to be is a cousin.
You the cousin.
So, you know, so when she come back, she almost looked exhausted from meeting his family.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, I just wanted to be about us and focus on us. And he's like, you know, I want our families to get along, but you're right. It is our marriage. So hopefully they stick with that and become the team.
Right.
Because at some point he might have to check his cousin. Like, this is my wife.
Well, he should have checked her a long time ago.
Well, but again, everything's new, right? And you're trying to see, is your cousin just going to get over it? It's just the initial shock. But I'm just saying, at some point, you're going to have to check her. Like, hey, this is my wife. We're married now. I made the decision. We're having a good time. So I need you to cut it out.
Again, the time to check her would have been right before the wedding, to check her and check her for real and not just be like, dang, can't you be happy for me? No. That's the time to be like, look, this is my decision. I'm doing it. If you don't want to support, if you aren't good with this,
you don't have to be here.
Bye. I love you. Mm-hmm. You're my cousin. I'll see you to the next family reunion, but this is my choice. Right. So, and if I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong if I'm proven wrong.
Right.
But right now, this is what I feel I need to do. End of story.
And people do things different just because it's not the way you normally see it. Other cultures have people that match them and they find the right one and they get married. So it's not as uncommon or weird or crazy as people think it is.
Yeah. So our other couple, Kirsten and Shaquille. And I'm going to make sure I'm saying this woman's name right.
Yeah.
Kirsten and Shaquille. Mm-hmm. Have some hopes because she's sitting on his lap.
Right.
He's like, I want to come in. I want to make this work.
Yeah.
Her response, huh.
Boy. And he asked her,
like, what's the sign for?
What is the sign for?
It's a lot of work.
Baby girl. Baby girl. You wanted to be married. They found somebody who's going to be more than just eye candy.
More than just a beard and hair.
Correct. Something might have a substance. He is a God-fearing man, getting his doctor's degree, got a full-time job, mentoring other young black men. Women will be lined up right after you if you decide not to take this man. Mm-hmm. Trust me. Mm-hmm. Trust me.
Ask who is it? Was it Gil from a couple of seasons ago?
Mm-hmm. Them DMs
who said his DMs opened up wide.
Popping.
So
I would really take the opportunity to dig deep and see all the other things. They're meshing.
What he has to have to offer.
Yeah. Meshing on so many levels. Do you need him to wear wig to see if you want him? They got the units.
Listen, there's some TikToks and some IG reels out there.
They got the
of
units.
Folks getting like
full units.
Wave wigs.
That's what I'm saying. Does it take a wig? Put on the man's head?
And bro, man, he did ask for a kiss.
He did ask for a kiss.
No, I just want to wait. Now, look, you told your cousins and your family the reason you gave him not even your cheek, you gave him your ear and your hair was because he didn't ask and you want him to ask. Mm-hmm. So he's asking and now you turn away still.
You know what? If you can play hard to get, but it'll get old.
You keep playing hard to get, you don't get got.
It'll get old quick. So
they talked until they fell asleep.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like there's moments where it's like, ooh, yeah.
It's like you don't want to try. And because you're holding on to these standards. Now, granted, there's the list and there's just standards.
Right.
But I think what I've learned, even when we had our marriage counseling, what are your deal breakers?
There you go.
I think maybe people should focus more on their deal breakers.
Right.
Than this list of he has to be this height, this tall, he has to wear this shoe size, all this other stuff that we make believe in.
There are must-haves, which shouldn't be an extensive list. There are nice-to-haves, but the important thing is, what are your deal breakers?
What are your deal breakers?
What are the things that you're just like, you know what? I can't deal with that.
I can't.
I'm not going to put up with that.
I'm not going to.
Those are the things you need to figure out.
Because hair, gone. Size, gone. Eyesight, gone. Ears, can you hear?
Right.
Listen, at some point, either you or him could lose any of those in a moment's notice.
Yep.
Especially if you're talking about 30, 40 years together. Yep. Things change.
Yep.
God forbid, if something happened, you lose a leg. Are you gonna like? So some of these things that we're really saying is our standards is like, but if you love this person, you're gonna work through those things.
And definitely, we understand attraction, right?
Oh,
you
yeah.
Want to you want to look at the person and be like, you good waking up to them.
But they feel like they have chemistry. They're talking.
Right.
They're all mentally on the same level. It's not like she's in one place and he's in another place. We're looking at you like, this could be a good fit.
Right. But we'll see.
But you focus on his head.
So needless to say, they did not have sex the first night.
Right.
The meetings, one of her cousins was like, I want to make sure that you're intentional, because she's been intentional about wanting to get married, what have you. Because it sounds like he might be one of the ones that was more recruited to do Married at First Sight, as opposed to him seeking out Married at First Sight.
He said he saw the signs and stuff.
He kept seeing the billboards and things of that nature.
Right.
He said when the opportunity came. So it was almost like, it sounds like he was one of those that we hear from time to time of folks on Married at First Sight being recruited to do it, and they're not actually having like their mother call or anything like that. So,
which is fine, because when you see someone who's situated, right? And he's in a place in his life where he can make the decision that he wants to be married, then why not ask? And like he said, he's like, I feel like this is just kind of like God setting it up. You know, everything was just right there. So if I can take a chance and be able to find my wife this way, why not?
Might work.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it. Of course, like I said, meeting with each other's family.
Yeah.
The big thing with them, go ahead.
Oh, we're still talking about him and his
trip.
His trip.
Yeah. So all the other couples get the information that they're going to Jamaica. Yay, we're going to Jamaica. Cool, awesome. He lets her like get her little hat on, the little bucket hat that says Mrs. Get her little flag. He like, oh, by the way, we're going to Jackson, Mississippi.
Yep.
Because I got to do a conference presentation, and you coming with me.
And she was like, what? I got to stay in a hotel all day while you're in class. He's like, I still got to get my dissertation.
Listen. And then she's like, and he's like, then we'll go straight from there too. So it sounds like they may miss a couple of days.
Maybe a day.
Or a day or two, right?
A day and a half.
But they're going to get their honeymoon. So it's not like they just don't have one.
Right.
So,
but I get it. I mean, you're a little down like, oh, I'm ready to go to Jamaica. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm really proud. Like, I don't even know you, but I'm just proud that you're doing something with your life.
Right. Because in a situation, what we would call a traditional situation, you would plan your wedding so that you don't have to leave from your wedding to go do your dissertation.
Right.
And then go on your honeymoon. Right.
Right.
So it just kind of worked out that way with this couple.
Yeah. Well, and some people have their honeymoon further, away. So they get married and 3 or 4 months later they go on their honeymoon.
Right.
It just depends on you. Again.
How y'all do it.
How you do it. You make it special.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, listen, that's it for this one. It looks like things start to heat up, as, of course, they always do in the honeymoon phase. So we'll see you all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Bye.